Welcome back, Knights. Today I'm back for another edition of Between the Bells, this time along with our Associate Principal, Dr. Hopper. Good morning, Dr. Hopper.
Good morning.
Hey, can you tell everybody in their homerooms just a little bit about yourself in case they don't know who you might be and where you can be found?
Absolutely. My name is Dr. Hopper. I am the Associate Principal here at Clear Falls. I can be found up front in the front office, and anytime you see me in the hallway, be sure to say hi.
Awesome. Today we're here to talk a little bit about semester exemptions. So I know this is a big deal. People want to know, how can I become exempt from my semester exams? So can you take me through a little bit about what a semester exemption actually means?
Yes, absolutely. It's an opportunity for students who are doing all the right things to not have to take semester exams at the end of the semester. Now, there is a little difference between the fall and the spring. Today we're just going to really talk about the fall. We'll talk some more about the spring when we get there. But ideally, it is that if a student has great attendance, a good grade in the class, and they don't get into any kind of trouble, then they're not going to have to take that semester exam in certain classes. Some classes in the first semester, you do have to take the exam no matter what.
Okay. Is this guaranteed for all students? Are all students eligible to be exempt from their exams at the end of the semester?
Absolutely. Every student is eligible. And that's the reason we also want to talk about it here at the beginning of the year, because those tardies, those absences, those grades, they start counting towards this right now. Even though we're a semester away from those finals, you got to start working on doing the right things right now.
Awesome. So you mentioned a couple of things that I have to do, like keeping my grades up, having good discipline. Can you talk to me a little bit about what is the minimum requirement for my grades in order to be exempt?
You must have a 70 in your class that you want to try to get the exemption in. A minimum of a 70, and that's what will get you towards the exemption. And then along with that, there are also some behavior expectations and attendance expectations. In terms of behavior, essentially you just can't get in trouble in that class. If you end up getting a write-up or any kind of trouble in a class, you will also lose the ability to have an exemption in that class.
Okay.
However, if you get into trouble where you go to ISS, or heaven forbid you go off campus to AEP, then you can't have an exemption in any of your courses.
Oh,
yeah.
So it definitely escalates the more discipline that you get. Okay.
Absolutely. If you get in trouble in a particular class, you lose the exemption in that class. If you end up in ISS or AEP, you lose all of your exemptions.
Yeah, so definitely a tip we want to make sure everybody understands. Make sure you're behaving in all of your classes, not getting in trouble. Talk to me a little bit about that attendance aspect as well.
Sure. You're allowed 4 absences. After the 4th absence, you lose the ability to have an exemption. Now, 4 absences may not seem like a lot, but again, everything about this exemption is really trying to reward those students who are doing the right things. They're getting a good grade, they're here at school, and they're not getting any kind of trouble in class. And also, when we talk about absences, it's good to think about tardies as well,
Sure.
because 5 tardies equals 1 absence. And so that'll sneak up on you as well. And again, that's why it's great that we're talking about this early, because those absences and those tardies start counting right now.
Okay, so I know there's been a little bit of confusion when we're talking about absences. There's excused absences and also unexcused. Do we count all of them, or is it only counting one type of absences?
For this, and again, because this is an opportunity for students to be excused from an exam, and it is just a chance for those students that are really doing great work, an absence is an absence, no matter what the reason, except for school or UIL events. So if you're missing a day because you're helping out with the theater department or because you're off campus with the baseball team, that's a school excused absence. So that's okay. Any other kind of absence, though, you get 4, and after 4, you lose the ability to have an exemption.
So having exemptions, it sounds like, is definitely a privilege and not a right. Would you agree?
Absolutely, absolutely. The expectation is everybody's going to take their finals, and that's great. Except for if you do these things, then you'll have the opportunity to get that exemption. And again, just reminding everybody, in the fall, not as many classes have the ability to have an exemption. A lot more are available to us in the spring.
Awesome. If you could just give us maybe 3 takeaways that you want people to remember about exemptions.
Well, the first one is that it's not a give me, that it is something you have to earn. The second is the absences and the tardies and the grades. You need to start keeping up with those right now. And of course, you should always be doing the right thing in the classroom, in the hallways. And if you get in any kind of trouble, you risk losing those exemptions.
Awesome. Thank you so much for taking some time out of your day today. If there's anything you want somebody to know about you that maybe they don't automatically know, can you give me a little hint?
Yeah, a little interesting fun fact about me. I used to be a competitive ballroom dancer.
No way.
A long time ago, yeah.
That is wild.
It's a little bit in the past, but if you need to know anything about foxtrot or tango or waltz, I'm your guy.
Sounds like hit him up for all your dance lessons. All right, thank you so much. Thank you guys for paying attention for another episode of Between the Bells. We'll see you again real soon. Bye.